What's up, guys? It's Justin Stenstrom from EliteLifeNutrition.com, and you're listening to the Elite Life podcast. In today's episode, I want to talk about air purifying and the three levels of air purifiers out there. I mean, there's probably some other ones, but the three main ones. You have like a lower tier level of air purifier, basic entry level type of thing. It's going to get like an office or a small room. Then you have a medium one that's going to get a larger room. And then you have the medical grade one that's going to get like a whole floor. And I actually have all three of these at my home. So I'm going to show you, if you're watching this on video, what they actually look like and how they operate. If you're just listening to this on audio, that's fine as well, because I'm going to talk you through it all. But it is kind of cool to see exactly what they look like and kind of how they function if you're watching on YouTube. And so, or some of the other platforms out there with video content. By the way, with that, on that note, we are putting out a ton of videos on TikTok, so make sure you follow us at Elite Life Nutrition on TikTok, as well as Instagram. A ton of videos lately on Instagram and going forward, and Facebook as well. So the three platforms we're putting out a ton of content on, really just pumping it out as much as possible, getting the Elite Life Nutrition word out and the Elite Life podcast information out, getting out as much health content as possible. It really has been a goal of mine in 2023 to pump out this information and also these episodes. So going forward, I've actually committed to doing a podcast episode 3 times a week. So I told you guys a few weeks ago, told you a few months ago, we're going to be doing more and more content, more and more podcast episodes, and I'm committing to that for this foreseeable future. 3 episodes every week for the podcast. So stay tuned. I hope you guys are ready. I hope you're excited. And we're going to be doing all kinds of great info and podcast episodes like this one here. I think you guys are really going to enjoy it, and some of the other ones as well. The interviews, of course, will continue. I love doing the interviews and getting so much from our amazing guests. But with that said, I'm actually going to dive into the video portion of the air purifiers and walk you through them. So I'm going to do a walkthrough of each of the 3 purifiers I have, and actually just so if you're watching on YouTube, you will actually see exactly what I'm looking at, referring to, using, etc., what they look like. It's pretty cool. But if you're just listening on audio, again, I'm going to walk you through it. So, and before I actually jump into that, let me just quickly say that air purifiers are amazing for getting out the germs in the air. They're amazing for getting out bacteria, viruses, allergens, germs, dust, some smoke. Some of them can get out the smoke. They can get out the pollen, things like that, and cleaning out your air and giving you the best possible air to breathe into your lungs and for your body and your system to take in, your organs to take in. It needs to be as clean as possible for you to optimize your immune system, optimize your health. Some of these things that I mentioned that it cleans out, if you're not cleaning those things out, can really disrupt your systems, can really disrupt your immune system, can put you in the place where you're going to get sick and catch different viruses and bacteria a lot more often. So it really is important to clean out the air. And by the way, one of the best air purifiers out there is simply opening up your window and getting fresh air into your home. That's really one of the best ways to do it, which I do regularly all the time, even though I have these air purifiers. I mean, cracking open the windows when it's a little warmer out, even if it's like not too cold out, putting them open for an hour, a couple hours a day is really amazing for just getting some fresh air into your home, getting some circulation into your home, and is probably the best air purifier out of all of them. But with that said, I'm going to walk you through exactly the 3 air purifiers out there and the 3 options as far as I can tell. Low entry level, medium, and then high quality. So the first one I have is actually the Pure, P-U-R-E enrichment, Pure Enrichment air purifier, and it is about $99 on Amazon. It it does a decent job. It gets about 99% of particles in the air up to the smallest particle size is 0.3 microns, which sounds pretty small, but it's decent. It still gets things like bacteria, it gets allergens, it gets some germs, it gets some dust. It does a decent job, and it covers about 300 square feet. So if you're looking for an entry level one, this is a decent option. It's not the best option, but for $100, I mean, If you're on a budget, you really can't go wrong with spending $100 on an air purifier. It's going to really do a decent job. Not a great job, but a decent job at cleaning out your air, especially if you have an office or a smaller room. You know, you want to put it in your kid's room, you want to put it in your room if you got a smaller room. It might not be a bad option. $100, you know, on Amazon, pretty decent job. Again, it's going to get about 99% of those particles up to the smallest size, 0.3 microns. But the next level up, which is the Purify air purifier, this one it gets a lot more. It's a big step up, and it's only about $300. So it's really, for what you're getting from it, having to pay, and there's actually a sale right now. I don't know if it's going to stay on sale, but it's like two and some change on Amazon, 240 I think. But I paid like $330 for it, and even at that price, if you're paying about $200 more than the previous one, you're getting a lot more with this one, and I would actually recommend this one as an entry level as opposed to the other one. You're covering about 840 square feet with the Purify air purifier, and you're getting 99.9% of allergens, smoke, dust, pollen, bacteria, and some viruses as well that fall into the 0.1 micron range. So you're getting all particles up to 0.1 microns, filtered out at 99.9% filtration. Again, this is called the Purify air purifier, a really good, decent level, medium level air purifier, and one that's really good for budget as far as, you know, if you don't want to spend $1,000, which brings us to our next point, and that is the $900 air purifier, which is one I have as well, the IQ air purifier. And this one is amazing. Again, it is a lot of money. Like, it might not be the first option you have if you don't want to drop almost $1,000. It's like $900 on Amazon right now. But this is like medical grade one. This is a medical grade air purifier, and actually one they used in 2020. Many hospitals adopted this very one, the IQ air purifier, or ones that were, if it wasn't this one, it was ones with identical specs or very similar specs, because this one does an incredible job at filtering viruses, filtering bacteria, different pathogens, allergens, mold even. This one gets mold, which the other ones don't get. It gets smoke, it gets gas, it gets chemicals like formaldehyde. It pretty much gets everything, and it covers 1,125 square feet. And the big kicker here is that it gets particles sizes up to the smallest particles of 0.003 microns, which I'm terrible at math, like quick math, but I believe that is 100 times smaller than the $99 one air purifier, which was 0.3. So 0.3 and 0.003. Let me just try to do the math real quick, because it's either 100 or 1,000 times smaller, which is incredible because you're getting 100 times more stuff if that's the case, or 1,000 times more stuff if that's the case. 0.3 times 100. Actually, divided 0.3 divided by 100. Okay, yeah, so it's 100 times. It's 100 times smaller, the particle size, than the original one, the entry-level pure enrichment one. So you're paying 10 times more, essentially, but you're getting something that's 100 times, essentially 100 times better as far as what it can cover. So it covers all these things, these viruses, particles, mold, and gases that the original one does not cover. So again, it's like you can play around with the smaller versions. You can definitely start there if you want to. But if you really want to just get something that's going to last pretty much forever and it's going to cover pretty much everything you need it to cover, you know, if there's people in your family that are getting sick, if there's germs going around in your neighborhood, in your city, in your town, if you're going to work and people are sick and bringing those things back home, you don't want other people to get sick. You really want something that's going to clean out that air and going to keep the other people in your household from getting sick. and this is the one that's going to do it. The IQ Air or something. I'm not affiliated, by the way, with any of these. So I'm just going by what I've gotten over the past. I don't have no connection. I have no connection to these companies whatsoever. But these are just the ones I've gotten and the ones I know to be legitimate, and they work. So IQ Air is a really good option if you want to go a little higher end. But if you're just starting out, I would recommend probably the Medify one, the medium one, because it does a lot more. It's only a little bit more money. It does a lot more, and it's worth that it does more. So you're getting a bang for your buck with that one. But at the end of the day, the IQ Air is definitely the best one out of all. And yeah, that's it. So I hope I gave you guys some insight on what to look for when it comes to the air purifiers. I mean, there's a lot of different settings, a lot of different things out there. But if you can kind of stick to what you're looking for, you're probably going to be fine with getting a Medify one, something in that ballpark. If you want to just kind of be in the place of cleaning out air regularly and not going crazy, about it. But if you really want to get into the weeds, not even get into the weeds, but if you really want to like be at the top of this, if you really want to have the cleanest air possible, you want to go higher end. You want to get something that's going to be closer to $1,000. As much as it sucks to drop that, it is an investment in your health long term. It's going to last a long time, a lot longer. That's what I recommend, because I actually bought a few of the smaller ones and then regretted it because I bought like 3, 4, 5 of the smaller ones, and then it's like if I just got the big one, the IQ Air one in the very beginning, I wouldn't even have needed any of the other ones, because it cleans out a whole floor. This 1,125 square feet, it cleans out a whole floor. You don't even need anything else really if you get the big one. So it's like it kind of ends up evening out, and then at the end of the day, you're getting way more, and it filters out 100 times better than that original one, the $99 one, and it filters out, like, doing the math on this, it filters out. Actually, yeah, 100 times more than that. And I don't know, like 30 times better than the Medify one, but it only costs 3 times more. So it's like, I don't know. It's tough. It does cost a lot. I get it, financially. But in my opinion, I would just always recommend getting the best. And so it was like $600 long term. Does that really, is it really worth it to save $600 if you're going to keep this thing for the next 10 years? Or 20 years, and it's going to be filtering out your air way better than the other ones? To me, it's worth it. To me, to you, it might not be worth it. To me, it's certainly worth it. But anyway, that's the air purifiers. There's levels to it, like anything else in life. There's levels to this. That's the levels to the air purification systems for your home. And do what you will with that information. But I hope it does help you. I hope it gives you a better idea of kind of some of the ones out there and what to look for. But that's it for today, guys. We'll be having another episode very soon. Take care. Talk to you soon, and I hope you enjoyed today's content. You can always find this information at EliteLifeNutrition.com. All the podcasts are going to be on there as well, and check out our YouTube channel as well as TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook.